You know what I forgot to do? Record an intro. We took a huge trip through St. Louis and Atlanta for a few baseball games, me and my dad, who happens to be inside there. And we stopped at a ton of Walmarts. Let's see what happened during those Walmart hunts and baseball games. And here we are inside, and look at this. That is a rock figure that I don't have, and it comes with a Cena. I think I bought this one a while ago and maybe opened it up a year ago and then just never, I don't know, sold it, whatever, when I got rid of all my stuff. But we got the rock collection, so we absolutely need that. And then in the background you can see, oh, you didn't know? All that good stuff. What else we got here? We got a Sheamus and a Miz and a Miz and a Miz and a Rhodes and a Elton Prince and a Cody and a Miz. And there's the Rock top picks. Pretty sure we have that one already. Finn Balor, Triple H, Drew, Ray, Drew, the Miz, Natalya. Look at all these greatest hits. Sheamus back there. Ray, Miz, Kit, Miz, a Bruno hanging out here still. Just all kinds of stuff. Another thing that I think is crazy is, look at this. An Eddie Guerrero Ultimate. Just sitting here. What in the world? They have an Eddie Guerrero Ultimate. They also have a Triple H and a Rowdy. And then I think they got another Triple H. And it looks like he's missing the pants. And the box is destroyed and all that, so shorts are missing. There you go, if you want to pay $24 for an Ultimate that's been ripped open and the shorts are missing. But yeah, this is the first stop of the road trip toy hunt. Alright, on to the next store. And here we are, we made it to Busch Stadium. There's the Pops, Grandpa, my dad. But yeah, here it is. Let's get in there and take a look at this stadium. This is a little better view right here of the whole stadium. Not sure you can hear me with the bada bing, bada booms going on in the background, but the arch looking sweet. You got the awesome KPMG, whatever that is. And then Ford. Anywho, stupid. All right. And here we are, and they do have an NWO 3-pack down there still. I don't know what the price is on that, if it's 70 still or what, but there's the R-Truth, Miz, Triple H. Ultimates, just a crap ton of Austins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Razor and a couple of Romans. A Shaken Duke Hudson, Andre Dukes, a bunch of Dukes, Kane Superstars, Kane, $1 Million Man, Gunther Greatest Hits, Kid, Tommaso, Stone Cold. Look at this is pretty cool. They got, I think they got the whole set. I think they may have this whole set. Let's see here. Bring me a high or love. Yes, sir. That's the song that's playing in the background. That's why I'm singing it. But look at that. Undertaker, Bischoff, Shark, Pillman. Yeah. There you go. If you wanted to build that whole set, that's pretty sweet. What else do we got? Ciampa, Stone Cold Taker again. Taker, Roman, Cody, all the same usual suspects, but this is pretty neat, Olapito. Every single color tuxedo right there. And yeah, we had a game today, baseball game, and a little Walmart action. I'm not sure what you'll see next, if you're going to see another Walmart or Target or something else, or if you're going to see another baseball game, but let's do it. And here we are in Paducah, Kentucky. The first stop, I haven't even said where we went. The first stop was somewhere in Michigan. Second stop was in Illinois somewhere. Now we are in Paducah. What do we got? We got some Seths and AJs and Romans. There's like 57 Romans right there. 57 more Romans and AJs and Seths. Ultimates, what do we got? A bunch of Stone Colds, but we do, a Luger as well. We have a Logan Paul. We already picked that up on another hunt. That's still cool to see. No Bailey. I know Bailey's the one people are looking for, but haven't seen that. All kinds of Netflix and Monday Night War, stuff like that. We do have the Iron Sheik, Great Muta, and Zeus back there for superstars, but nothing else here. So let's get over to the main aisle, see what they got there. And here we are. We are in the main aisle, and we do have another Logan Paul sitting over here, and then Jimmy and some razors there, and then Lugers, all kinds of Lugers. We got a Ray and 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 a Ray, a Thea Hale and a Thea Hale, Chase. Series 22 Bianca, another Thea Hale, the American Nightmare, AJ. Look at these Candace LeRays. Candace LeRae? I mean, come on, Series 87. Come on, Kentucky. What you doing here, Kentucky? What you doing, Kentucky? And more of the Bulldog and the Heart and all that stuff. So, looks like one AEW figure, the Miz, and that. So, let's see if they have a clearance section, and then move on to our next stop. And here we are. They got some Star Wars stuff, but they got a LA Knight, but I don't see a sticker of any kind on it for clearance. So I'm gonna guess somebody brought it over and went, yeah, I don't want to buy it, and just set it over here. But no other wrestling figures to be found in this whole section. So with that said, now we are on to the next stop. A couple of first timers here at an Ollie's, but I've been seeing people get all kinds of cool stuff, so let's go into Ollie's, see if they got anything good. All right, here we are, and they got just a crap ton of Tyler bait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 down there. A ton of LA Knights. They do have this Dragon off for $12, so like half off, which is pretty cool. But I don't see anything else. But since this is my first time, we'll just kind of walk around and see if they have anything else worth taking a look at. Nothing at that Ollie's, so now we're at a Walmart. Home and Pharmacy. And here we are. Not much selection here. They got the Shamrock and the Brett, Diesel, Iron, Zeus, Bread, and some Austins, and a Kenny. Not a Kenny, a John down there. Let's get over to the main aisle, see what they got there. And it's gonna be right down here. What do we got? Oh, look at all these. Holy crap. Reigns and Ramon and Ramon and Ramon and Reigns and Ramon and Ramon and Ramon and Reigns and Luger and Austin, Luger and Austin and Luger and Austin, Austin and Luger. 3-pack. There it is. AEW stuff. All the Kennys and Starks and nothing worth even looking at there. Dom, Seth, LA, Ken, a couple of Bretts. Series 22 Austin and Grayson Waller. Nothing really, nothing really. Bunch of Van Dams, the Hales and Van Dams and Chases and all that stuff. And what do we got for superstars? We got Kurt and Kurt and Kurt and Kurt and Kurt and Kurt. So we got Kurt and Kurt and Kurt and Kurt. Diesel, Kane, and Kane. And yeah, that's what we're working with at this Walmart. So on to the next step. another state, another Walmart. We are in the great state of Tennessee. Let's see what they got for figures. All right, here we are. And we're walking down. And we got a Guntar. Look at this. Just sitting here. Monday Night War? Razor? What in the wide world of sports is that still hanging out here for? That's crazy. Ultimates, we got Jimmy and Logan. Can't really see it, but there it is. Jimmy, Logan, Drew, LA Knight, Steve, Luger, you know. Oh, what do we got? We got Eddie, Ravishing, Papa, Jim, Ricky. Bunch of the same old basics. Look at this old school basic right here. Charlotte Flair, there she is. Duke, Andrade, you know, all that stuff. That whole thing right there. Tommaso Ciampa, there's The Rock, the GOAT, all that good stuff. Cody, Roman, Steve, Roman, LA, Roman, all that good stuff. AJ, Tommaso. Here's this one. This is a sweet one because the Warriors, the bomb. Pretty cool. So they still have two halves. Two halves? Or how about one half of that? Look at this up here. I didn't even see this. Ha, baby. CM Punk hanging out. Little CM Punk action up there. Oh, I don't even know what those are right there, but I don't think those are wrestling things. Oh, an old school Sonya Deville over here. What do we got? Razor. Yeah, still got Razor stuff, and Kenny and Ricky and Kenny. And the R-Truth, Miz, NWO, all that good stuff. So, kind of crazy to see this right here. What else is back here? Looks like there's an older one. Oh, another Sonya Deville. Another Sonya Deville hanging out back there. So, yeah, kind of cool to see the Razor and the Ultimate Warrior, but nothing worth picking up here. IMO. So, on to the next stop. And here we go again. Another Walmart, another state. Just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Home and Pharmacy. Let's go. And here we are, and look at this. They still have a SummerSlam shipper here. Crazy. Oh, what do we got? We got Damien, and we're not going to kind of go through all these, but we'll see if they have anything worth picking up. Grayson Waller back there. Looks like they got a Jade Cargill. A bunch of LA Knights, Kevin Owens, Lexus Solo. They do have a Prince Albert still. We already picked this figure up and unboxed it on the channel. So we got that one, SummerSlam, LA Knight, all that. On the sides, we got a Diesel, Zeus, and Eddie unpunched. And then, if we cruise around this way, we got LA Knight, Stone Cold, and Lex Luger for the Ultimates. But, yeah, that's that. So, let's get over to the main aisle, see what they got there. Alright, here we are. Look at all the Stone Colds up there, crazy. Mankind, Great Muta, Eddie, Brutus. Man, if you wanted to start a Superstars collection, this would be the place to go. Ricky, it looks like they got a Doink up here still. Yep, with it ripped. Anvil. Look at all these. Crazy. They got some 158, which is cool. Roman. Who's all in this line? Damien, Kofi, Trick, Oba. But yeah, Roman, Damien, Kofi, Damien. There's Trick Williams back there. Look at these old school. Trish and Chyna's back here. There's a Bulldog. Oh man, look at this. Best figure ever made right here. Nyla. What else we got? Nyla, Ty. Anna J, Nyla, and another Nyla. Undertaker, you got the 6 here, which is cool. There's Bischoff, Razor, 6. Is it a Chase? Nope, no Chase back there. Gunther, Shark, AJ Styles, Nia Jax, no Chase. Ooh, there's the Claricina, another Bischoff. All this stuff. Prince Albert, Razor. Yeah. What do we got up here? We got the 3-pack. There it is, the 3-pack. They got all kinds of stuff here. All kinds of stuff. This is a stacked Walmart if you're looking to get some figures, which is pretty cool. But yeah, all right. And with that, next stop is gonna be pretty sweet. Oh, what do we got down here? Another Undertaker, a couple more Nylas. Yeah, so nothing else really crazy. But yeah, pretty sweet. All right, let's show you where the next stop is. And I did find this section right here that, so they got this and they got the SummerSlam shipper, which is pretty cool. Diesel, Zeus, Iron Sheik, and Diesel. They do have a great Muta back there, but it's not the Chase, it's the regular. If we move the He-Man stuff, they got another Brian Pillman, so they get this whole set if you were planning on building that. That one's pretty sweet. Again, that one's gonna go in the new gen stage. It was pretty awesome. Ringmaster. Ouch, my back hurts. Anywho, all right, now on to the next stop. This is the next stop right here. We made it to Atlanta. Well, just outside of Atlanta to catch a Braves game versus the Cubs. We're at Truist Park. Let's get in there, see what it looks like. This is the view from the seats. They got the old organ going, and we're hitting dingers. Look at this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Is it gone? Absolutely, it's gone. Bouncing back over there. Dinger sesh. This one's coming right at us. Heads up. Nope, robbed a homer. How cool is that? All right. This right here is called the Monument Gardens. All the Braves retired. Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones, John Smoltz, Dale Murphy, some guy, and Hank Aaron. You guys will have to let me know who that some guy is. Look at that, that's awesome. Eddie Matthews, my dad'll like this. My dad's riding some pine right now. It's a long walk into the stadium, so yeah, that's pretty sweet. Again, I know you guys are wrestling guys. I know you're wrestling guys, but I just thought this was pretty sweet. Dale Murphy, look at that. Braves, Bob Warner, bad. Sorry. Hank Aaron, how awesome is that? Sorry. There's a lot of people there, and I'm filming, and I'm a moron, so. But look at that. His 2000 hit. That's Hank Aaron's 2000th hit. Right there, 2000th hit. That's awesome. At last, it's Braves in 6. Little did they know. Oh, they already knew. 91. Go Twins, 91. They were celebrating with champagne. 21 goggles there. What do we got here? Colorado Rockies. Braves, September 1st, 2022. 52nd homer gloves. Look at all that. That's awesome stuff. And then just a stack of bats. A stack of bats. Braves in Cooperstown. These bats and gloves represent more than 50 players, Braves players and managers that have been inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Fred McGriff, Ted Simmons, Chipper Jones, that guy, Bobby Cox, he's a manager, Tony La Russa, okay, Joe Torre, Oh, I guess we got Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine. Pitchers must get gloves, which makes sense. Deacon White, Billy, Frank, Orlando, Red, Ernie, Enos, the main man, Hank, Bruce Sutter, Phil Necro, Eddie Matthews, Al Lopez, Billy Herman, Earl, Joe, Dave, Vic, Gaylord. I'm going fast. There's people in front of me. I'm cutting them off like a moron. All these people. Hoyt Wilhelm, Warren Spahn. I mean, it just goes on. The Braves have a historic team by the looks of it. Rube, Dan, Jim, Burley. What a name. Burley Grimes. Love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. King, Hugh, Jimmy, Ed, Roger, Al, George, Old Hoss Radburn. It's Old Hoss Radborn. And old Baby Ruth. Cy Young. How awesome is that? Again, here's all the retired numbers. Looking sweet. Look at this. Look directly at this. How awesome. Here he is from behind. We'll get a better view of him. Let's walk down the stairs. And there we are. We're down here. Look at that. Hank Aaron. He's got the 755 in the background. Looking sweet. And here's some awards. Rookie of the Year award. Jackie Robinson Award, which is the Rookie of the Year, 1990. Dave Justice, pretty sweet. Andrew Jones, Gold Glove. We got a Silver Slugger, Dale Murphy. Cy Young Award, John Smoltz. Sorry. MVP. Hank Aaron. How awesome is that? And again, it does show all the awards that everybody's won. These are just some of them, which is pretty sweet. And then the jerseys. Braves, Atlanta. Braves. That one's pretty sweet right there. Old school looking. And then that one's awesome. Look at that. How cool. Yeah, that's the Monument Garden. How awesome. Forgot to show this. Bobblehead night at the game. Michael Harris. Neato. We're in some city in some state, and what are we doing here? I can tell you it is Illinois. I don't know what city it is though, but Farouk's. Look at this. I mean, what are we doing here? Charlotte, Damien, Charlotte, Charlotte, and Natalia, Aaliyah, Charlotte. Oh, that was stupid. Bunch of those things, you know. All the other stuff. What do we got? Razor. There's Roman Reigns. Razor. Bobby Lashley sitting back there. Lex Luger. So, yeah, not much stuff. They got a Bobby Lashley, a Big E thing there, you know, all that good stuff. But anywho, I don't see anything else other than some super old basics or main events and old elites. So I don't know if we're gonna stop at another store. This has been a long trip, a long video, and so if you're sticking it out, I appreciate it. And here we are. We're back in the car. And yeah, that's going to do it. What an amazing trip that was. All kinds of stuff. Walmarts. We hit up our first ever Ollie's. We went to some baseball games. How sweet was that? What did we pick up? We did get the John Cena and The Rock Showdown, Championship Showdown Series 19. Found that. We needed The Rock to add to the Rock collection, so we got that. We picked up a Monday Night War Brian Pillman. How awesome is that? We had this figure before. Well, sort of like this figure. We had it as his elite version, but we obviously sold that when we sold our entire collection. But we need him for the new gen. He's got the, the little new gen. I always thought this was Attitude Era, but they got the new gen logo. So he's going on the new gen stage. And then the last pickup, Scooter. Michael Harris II, Scooter bobblehead. This was a giveaway at the Braves game. So yeah, that's what we picked up. How awesome were those? As always, I know this was a super long video, but as always, I do appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, doing all that awesome stuff. You guys are phenomenal. And with that said, hopefully we will see you on the next one. I am Wrestling Rewind, a figure reviews guy, and I just did a road trip from Minnesota to Atlanta, Georgia, hitting up all kinds of Walmarts. There's a big old truck. I'm out.